What's up, you guys? My name is Wolf, and here we are again, back to a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer analysis slash prediction video. I'm excluding reaction because I've already seen this trailer before, but I figured that I'd do an analysis of it. Now, for those of you who don't know, I've kind of taken a step back from doing videos like these, for the main reason because I'm getting tired of receiving the copyrighted emails. So I finally decided, you know what, screw it. We're not gonna do another reaction video unless I really feel like we should do it. And for this one, after seeing the video, I feel like that we should do this one because this is because this trailer revolves around the Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMind DLC trailer from the E3 and from the annual E3 events. Now with this trailer, it's given us a small portion of what to expect for the DLC. So the way we're going to do this video is that first we're going to play the video. Then we're going to go back through the video and sort of piece together some vital details to sort of like predict on what the DLC is going to have to offer us in the future. Alright, so without further ado, let's begin. And this trailer is really awesome. I think it's one of my favorites so far. Besides currently in development. So right off the bat, we get introduced to some new cutscenes. I really like it. So the coat wards off darkness. Ah, there's young Xehanort. It's useful. Told ya! So, how'd it go? The world tour. Ooh, this is very interesting of what we're seeing so far. I'm really liking it. In an awful way, I realize just how necessary I am. Ah, and then it cuts to some of the best moments in this. Get some new gameplay as new characters, and this is why I'm so excited. I'm excited for this game, because finally we get to play as our boy. And we get the Oathkeeper Keyblade, which is really, really cool. Some new fight mechanics in Scala. Ooh, and I really like this. Zigbar, who are you? Ooh. Alright. It doesn't make a difference to me anyway. I'll just keep playing dumb. Ooh, that's very interesting. The question is, who are you? Luxord. Or is it Luxord? Luxord. How do I pronounce his name again? I don't know. I just keep calling him Luxord. Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMind, coming this winter. Nice. Awesome. So that is the ReMinded trailer. If you guys want to see the trailer, again, I'll include a link to it in the description below. So now that that's done, we're gonna go back through. And before we do that, let's go ahead and we don't really need volume for this one. So we're gonna go back through and sort of piece together what we can find. So right off the back, I think we first begin with this scene. And specifically, as we can see, young Xehanort is talking to somebody, but look at young Xehanort's eyes. They're his regular gray color that we see in the flashbacks with him and Ericus. So this is kind of interesting of how we're going to see with this. And what's also kind of interesting is this guy. We don't know for sure who it's going to be, but I think there's a couple of theories on that. This guy could either be Lushu, or it might be the Master of Masters, as we see going back a little bit, as we see like his hand movements of how like he usually just moves his hands around, and we know that the Master of Masters has a habit of doing that. So it'd be very interesting on who that could be. But I like it how I don't spoil anything is because they just show the subtitles and not voice dialogue. That's a good thing, because it really builds up that sort of hype on like, ooh, who that could be. So I'm very curious with young Xehanort, because we see that he's not evil yet, how he's his normal self. So what I'm thinking is that this is going to be some additional cutscenes that could like show young Xehanort building up to this character that we're going to see. Which, a side theory on that, or maybe flashbacks in KH4, or maybe like a manga series that explains about Xehanort, of how he went from this brother-in-arms to Ericus to this big bad that basically brought hell to the characters. I personally would love to see some of those to sort of, or maybe like, as I mentioned with the side game of us, the player, playing as Xehanort, and giving us a perspective of how he went from being this good character to this new villain. So either way, this is going to be interesting. And also with this was exactly what I was waiting for to see in a KH game. This game, multiple character choice. Fucking love it. Especially with this, because as with Roxas and mechanics, they're very similar to like his boss, like the Roxas boss from KH2 on his fighting style. So it'd be very awesome to control with that. And of how like we get Oathkeeper in this on it's showing off a form very similar to final form. So I'm very excited to see like how that's gonna go. Though at the same time, it's kind of in like go back a little bit to show what I mean. It's kind of like of how with the Kingdom Key as well as the special Keyblades, because as we can see, he Sora transforms in like the same way how he uses those Keyblades. So I think this Keyblade is gonna be like either a second addition to like final form, or maybe it'll be like a special like secondary form almost, just with the different like color style. It'd be very interesting of how to proceed through that. Okay, now before we go on to like the playable characters, I want to check this scene out. With Luxord. I'm just gonna keep calling him Luxord because I'm so used to it. But anyways, of how he says like, "Who are you, Xigbar?" And just like, it doesn't make a difference to me. I'll just keep playing dumb. So it kind of shows that like Luxord knows that Xigbar is not who he says he is. He knows he's Lushu, or at least somebody unknown. And I really like that. So I'm thinking that this is gonna set up in like why Luxord gave Sora that card. We don't know what the card is, but he says it's just like call it something along the lines of like call it something to help you in the future, something like that. So I'm thinking that maybe he gave that card to Sora for a specific reason, because as he knows that Xigbar or Lushu is up to no good, so he's gonna prepare Sora for the inevitable, and looks, or perhaps either Sora to fight against Xigbar, or maybe to escape the Reaper's game. Either way, that'll be very interesting of how they'll proceed through that. And just with this question, the question is, who are you? We kind of know that Luxord apparently is connected to Union X. They have not officially confirmed it, but I remember that Xemnas told Larxene, Marluxia, Luxord, and even Demix that all of them were connected to Union X. So what I'm thinking is that maybe in future updates in the Union X game is that they'll show us like those characters on exactly what they did during that time. So far we know that Marluxia's sister was supposed to be one of the Union leaders, but she was killed. And Larxene, I don't know if she has like some kind of connection, like maybe she's best friends with Strelitzia, or related somehow. I forgot of how the relationship went, but so far we've seen of how those two are connected. And I'm thinking that future updates will show Luxord and Demix of exactly how they're connected. Either way, it'll be very interesting of how they proceed through that. Now, skimming on through, back to multiple character gameplay. I really like this. So when looking at this, we see the roles have been swapped. So now Sora is the party member and Riku is a playable character, which is pretty cool. Then we see Aqua as a playable character again, but Ventus as the party member. Then we see Rox as playable character, yes, and then Axel and Shion as party members, which are very, very cool. Very cool. And of course, with that scene, so of how we're doing this, I'm really, really excited for it. And I believe a whole bunch of people were excited for this as well to see how like these scenes are playing out. I have a couple of theories of how exactly they're gonna pull this through, all this through with each of these characters, with these mechanics. For start, there are about 3 theories. 2 of them most likely will happen. The third, a possibility, but it might not happen. So theory one is character select. What I mean by that is that we know is that in this section of the game, it's towards the end of the game, for where when you enter the Keyblade Graveyard, you're given 4 paths. Right, so you play all of them, but you get to choose like which ones do you want to help first. So in this case, say we choose Riku's path. And we play, and like when we enter there, we're given an option. Like say when we enter that area, a menu pops up that gives us an option. Like, do you want to stay as Sora or would you like to play as Riku? And then at that point, we can like choose between whichever character we want to play as. I think that'd be most likely of how to proceed through that. Especially with this scene. Not entirely sure about this one, but again, it could be a possibility. And with this one, a possibility as well of how they'll proceed through that. Either way, it'll be very interesting. Now, onto the second theory, and that is battle gates. For those who haven't seen like my Let's Plays on KH2 Final Mix or haven't seen anything on KH2 Final Mix, there's this special area in there called the Garden of Assemblance, and in there they have these battle gates that allow you to fight all the bosses in Organization 13, including the absent silhouettes, and basically like challenge them again, like making yourself stronger and everything about that. So it definitely, so it sort of gives players an experience to refight them again. I think that maybe this might apply to that, especially in the scenes like with the Aqua scene and with the Roxas gameplay of how Sora's not a party member, but Axel and Shion are. So this could be a possibility that with the battle gates, that maybe in an area in the Keyblade Graveyard, or maybe in a whole new area, like I don't know, the Haunted Mansion in Twilight Town, for instance, that like when you go there, it has the battle gates, and you can use those to fight the organization again. And it'd be very interesting if they added that mechanic into the game for you to refight as these the characters, but give me the option to select on who you want to play as. Yes. For now, they're just showing on Riku, Roxas, and Aqua. Those are good playable characters. But I also think that maybe that if the character select is true, those 3 might not be the only ones. How maybe we can play as all the other characters, all the other Keyblade wielding characters. Because they already have the gameplay mechanics down, they just need the controls. Which is pretty much with the same characteristics here. Like, with Roxas, as you can see, he has the same fighting style as in the game. They're just now giving us, the player, the ability to control him. Which I really like. So the battle gates could entirely be optional, and be very, very cool. Very cool. Now, with this third one, this one might be possible, but at the same time, this could just be completely ludicrous. And that is replay story mode. So, we've seen a few KH games do this in the past, of like 358, Recoded, and Union X, for where we can like go back through the levels and the missions, and basically replay the story or only with our equipment, only with like our levels maxed with different equipment and different abilities. It's almost like a new game plus when you think about it. Only we get to turn it on and off whenever we want. In this mode, I can kind of see it as sort of them like replicating this ability, this sort of like program, and I think a few other fans like wanted this ability given the options to like replay the story, or without having to start a whole new game and redoing it again, and playing all of the levels again, which could be cool, but when doing it so many times, it can get annoying. And plus, it'd be fun to like replay the story, but as a different character. So that'd be very interesting of how to do that. But I don't think it's entirely possible possible. And main reasons is basically time and development. In development. What I mean by that is, it goes through here. It says here it's coming this winter. It doesn't give a specific month. It doesn't give a specific day, or even a year. Like this could come out in the end of 2019, or maybe next year in early 2020. And at the moment, they're also working on... I saw that they were working on an Avengers game that's scheduled to release in May, and they finally gave it a release date for the Final Fantasy VII Remake for March 3rd, 2020, which a lot of fans are excited for. And the trailer actually looks pretty cool, and it really looks like a very interesting game of how they'll proceed through that. But anyways, with this third theory, I don't think it might be a possibility, because not just with the date. First off, they'd first have to come up with a program that would allow the players to redo the story and redo the story as like whatever character we want to choose. Second, character models. Even though they already have the character models for our party members, for the playable characters on worlds such as the Caribbean, Toy Box, and Monstropolis. Those worlds, you're basically given special forms to blend in with those worlds. So they'd have to come up with a whole bunch of character remodels just to keep up with that aesthetic of like perfectly blending into the world. And since they just said that it's supposed to be released in winter, and I think they still need more time to like finalize Final Fantasy and get Avengers all wrapped up. I don't think the third theory will be possible. It might be, and they could have already have done all of this, but they just need to finalize details and just release it. He said, but at the same time, there's a high possibility that the last one might not happen. The first two might, the last one might not. Or not. But either way, with the final results, we'll just pull this back up here. Wait a sec. Okay, sorry, microphone was in the way. But either way, of how to proceed for this game really looks cool. I especially like this move of how Roxas like disappears into a flash and then reappears. I really like that. So personally with me, however they proceed with this DLC, I'm really looking forward to it. Especially when they're adding in much more lore into the story and the actual Roxas playable, making Roxas playable in this game. It'll be really, so I'm really looking forward to it. And of course, with more lore to come to the future. And I just like it how they come in like reminded. They don't call it like final mix, or like any of the other remastered titles. Just reminded. It's a very good aesthetic. So that does it for this video on KH3 trailer analysis and predictions. I don't know if I'll do another one in the future, because again, I'm tired of the emails. So hopefully, when this goes up, everything will be fine, and we'll all be there. There. I did also hear though that they're supposedly supposed to be having some other stuff in this game, like possibility on a secret episode in this game, which I think they might show. They'll either completely keep it under wraps, which I would like for them to like sort of keep hiding, like shh, not too many spoilers, or maybe a trailer later on this year, like in the fall or something, they'll release it up, like showing sneak peeks on what the secret episode could be. But either way, this looks really promising, so I'm really looking forward to it. So, if you guys have... if you guys have some theories of your own, like, what do you guys believe? What do you guys believe the playable characters will be? Do you think they'll be the battle gates? Do you think it'll be character select? Or do you want to see if they'll do a replay story mode, but as your favorite character? But giving you the option to play each level as your favorite character. Let me know in the comment section below what you think it might be, and how do you think anything to proceed through the secret cutscenes. Means all I know is that they're gonna change. They're gonna keep some interesting lore. So I'm really looking forward. If you guys want to check out some other KH3 contents that I've done on this channel, you can check it out. You can check it out on my channel in my Kingdom Hearts 3 playlist, where I play the game on standard mode, played a little bit on proud mode. I'm planning on getting back to that soon, and finally completed all the live streams on critical mode. So you can check those out on the channel, as well as my Lego Art showcase of Kingdom Hearts 3, as well as some of the other KH characters. But if you guys have the opportunity to play this game, whether it be on Xbox One or PlayStation 4, I'll include a link where you can buy KH3 in the description below. So that way you can have fun on your own journey through your own story. So, if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. It really helps us work on Let's Plays, like our practice, and really have some fun. So, anywho, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, comment below what you think, share it to your friends, subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Twitch, and here's off of the road. Woo! Thank you guys, I'll see you next time. What do you guys, Moonrises?